Guys, it's in the evening still. We are going to be getting to the evening time here. And it's approximately 15 hours. We are still at the site, and we are continuing with this kind of the vibe of making it happen. And what I can just say is we are really trying our best to comply with the time and also compete with the time. As you understand, in terms of this, it's a full day work whenever it comes to drilling and getting this kind of the foundation. As you can see, it's a very big trenches here, and I think this is the courtesy of my engineer. He likes this kind of the bigger trenches here that will just make sure that this kind of the foundation sits very comfortable to the zone, and that's why you see it's now this way. So from this kind of the topper side here, I think you can see it very keenly and very correctly from here, as I'm gonna be in the top side here. And this is the sitting room, as I was saying, and we're gonna be having an entrance from here. This is where we're gonna be getting in, and this is the sitting room there, and this is a toilet here, and that is the bedroom, and that's the kitchen, that's the bedroom. So this is the master bedroom, a bit bigger, and it comes to even the topper side here. That's a kitchen. We'll have an outer door there, and that's a bedroom for the children. It is so this is how it is, and I think it's something which is very unique here, which is gonna be bringing us to this kind of the vibe. I'm hearing much of the noise coming from there already. This kind of the bricks are 3,000, and you can see how many they are. They're so huge in terms of here. As you can see them here, there are 3,000 bricks here. Asante sana. Asante sana, asante sana. Kazi mzuri. Asante sana bwana. Mambo iko chonjo. So this is the best here, and I say that respect to this kind of the people who are making it happen. Asante sana. Exactly. Jomba. That's Jomba. So I'm gonna be giving out the money. Hey, where are they going here? Hello beautiful people, welcome back. It's early in the morning. We have demobilized to the site here already, and I have one of the crew members here a bit, and already we're going to be commencing the construction with an immediate effect, and I think about everything so fantastic here. So somewhere katikati, si ndio? Guys, what kidogo zumage tu chini. Yeah. So guys, we have already even brought much of them, talk about the sticks here that we're gonna be using here to make sure that we're gonna be having even a machete here to make sure that everything is balanced here. So we're gonna be starting. We have the engineer is here already, and I promise you that you're gonna be the one who's gonna be taking over the game. Let Nyundo. Yeah. So I also have Mr. Magabo to show us where necessary to gonna be, as we're gonna be commencing. Unaona hapo tuliweka vijiti, hapa ndio tulinunua mpaka. Sasa ikareza. Hapa imeenda chini. Hapa mawe tutatumia itakuwa mingi. Yeah, hapa mawe tutatumia tena hapa kuincrease ilingane na ile level ni mingi. Hata huko hapa. Imani keno ituka ile sana. Wakatunile kazi. Asa siwenda ama mungeenda na vile. Yeah. So guys, we're gonna be checking. He's talking about sasa haitakuwa kutoka hapa kwa sababu huyu tena tutamkanyagia na hatutaki kulipa. Ukumbuke hivyo. Ikianzia hapa tena si unajua watu wanapita nje ama vunda ikiwa ratore. So inasonga mbele kidogo. Tusikanyagie huyo. Allowance. Hatutaki tena tuingie na ile ploti. Yeah, guys, we don't want to interfere with the other guy because we promised that we're going to be buying the upper section here. Kwenda juu hivi. Alafu tuombe kuna kaburi. Guys, I talked about one of numwiseke akuro sunumumura. One of his son died, and I think the grave is somewhere here. So we don't have even such kind of the clue. So even your father is buried here. Yeah. Oh, so this is the actual land now. No Mokogoti. Motangi. Oh, it's the firstborn to the home. So yeah. Let it not go to the other side. Let it come to this side because some of the graves are there. so we don't want to interfere with much of the graves here. Guys, what you have never known that is he has 5 children. The 2 that you see at the hospital are the ones that are in a critical situation that no one could just get them because they are so young. So the other, and I think umonene kraskia.
Umonene na tege class 7.
Oh, are you check class 7? Where here? Oh, the firstborn left school and graduated in class 7, started 7. So a bit, talk about he has so bigger children, and I think if we're gonna be building this kind of the house, I think they're gonna be coming back, and that's what we need here. What we never knew is that he has 5 children. 5 children, you can now imagine from this kind of the site here. So already we're going to be democratizing here, and we're going to be making sure we're going to be leaving there a road. And always we should have a road that we're going to be having a reserve, as anyone who want to get to the site, you're going to be coming through this kind of the side here. So I think we're going to be fencing also. After commencing this kind of the project, we will see what to do. And I'm expecting to have talk about some hardcore coming here, and also talk about some bricks going to be arriving here also. So let us measure and we see how the structure will be. I think it will be not much it will not be much complicated. It's not a much complicated thing that we're going to be starting here. Ipita nje ya kijiti. Ipita nje ya kijiti.
Saidia chini.
Ipita chini ya kijiti. Maki hapo nyororo hapo mara ya kwanza. Igo. Sasa igoro. Inua juu igo.
Oh. Aya. Tano tore. Eh. Ora. Oya bana mbokeo.
I have Faida today. Faida is representing here, and sometimes if the bricks are not working, Faida is in democratizing to this kind of the small jobs here to get a living, and that's the best way for us to go and make it happen. So still we are in the measurement to understand how it will look, and that's what we need to do at this kind of the time. So the good fact is, guys, what you have never learned and what you have never been told is that this kind of the stuff you see here, this is like a trench. Somebody can talk about it. Was it an excavator was excavating here? No, this was the wife to Magavo who was drilling here. You can imagine this kind of the hole. And he had been confused to the mentality, and he was digging here like something else daily until when I was looking for the house. And that's why I told you that I've went, and they are refusing that, oh, we don't want this kind of the people to rent here. Because of what? Because whenever they come to your rental houses, they will start digging at that particular time. And like this kind of the trench, you can imagine this whole of this kind of the trench was dug with the wife. And I don't know how was it. It was like, how do you call a fuko? Is it like a squirrel? My friend, it was a very hectic time. But right now, I think everything will be so good. So that's why we need such a structure which is going to be so highly concentrated in terms of the cement, so we can just make sure that we are guaranteed everything will be possible there. Guys, let's make it happen here, and appreciate much of all the people who are making it happen, as everything is just handled here. And you can still support us to make sure that we are just building this kind of the house once and for all. Everything gonna be placed where necessary. and everything gonna be coming out more representing at this kind of the time. And I understand, because this is the best way for us to do it, a permanent solution for them to live. And I think because I heard about Mr. Magabo has 5 children also, and I think if we're going to be having 2-bedroom, it will be enough. The children will be living, even if we're going to be having talk about the bedroom going to be bigger a little, so you can just make sure you're going to be getting also the children can just sleep there, even if we're going to be getting some double deckers and also their own bedroom there, and a bit of a sitting room, and also which is a living room, and also we're going to be having like a small kitchen that's going to be representing it. That's what we want to do here, to make sure it's a simple structure, and we have to make sure that it's going to be increased or talk about constructed very quickly, because our days in the hospital are numbered there, so we don't want to have and hesitate and take much time there, which will give us a much of the headache again. So we don't want to be facing such kind of the consequence at the end of the time. So that's why we want to build it very quickly, as we're going to be supporting and making sure that everything's so fantastic here. So we're going to be looking for a home here that we're going to be making sure that we're going to get a storage of even cements, even if we're going to be having some steels. And I think it will be so the best for us to do and make sure that everything is represented more fantastic at this kind of the time. So keep it tuned. I'm still on it to make sure that we are just looking forward for this kind of the structure, how it's going to be looking for. Already I think the diagonals are already set here, and that's why you see now this kind of the rope gonna be turning all around, and we are now getting the entry. I think we're gonna be extending it a bit to the front, so you can just have an entry, which will be, we're gonna be having a classy house here a bit, and a bit different also, so you can just make sure that everything is so fantastic coming out here. Guys, I had to buy some of the spades here for the site here, and to make sure that everything has to be everything has to come here very brand new, so you can just be using them. So they're going to be now starting digging, so they can just excavate now and get some of the foundation here. Already I've seen to the other area, the bricks are already coming. Mnampunguze yenye yamevunjika kabisa, muachane nayo huko. Sasa mbona tena yanavunjika bana? Pisi? Ama nitinga haina spring. Guys, the tractor doesn't have a spring. So sometimes you can reach here and you find some of the things are not working. Mambo iko chonjo? Exactly. Wewe mchukue yenye tu yako sawa. Hiyo vipande ingine waachie. Guys, we don't want some breakages here. And that's why you see I always make sure that I'm gonna be having my own bricks at my home, where you can just pick them essentially from each and every kind of the pathway, and which will be so fantastic. And we understand the transportation. Sometimes you can take a brick from there, and whenever you reach, you get some of the transportation, like a tractor doesn't have a spring. So that's the defect with the tractor a little bit here. But I think about everything going to be conducted very safely here. And we're going to be needing like 3,000 bricks to start. And also going to be having some of the 2 trucks of the hardcore going to be arriving here with an immediate effect. So you can just absolutely get forward with this kind of the work more meticulously. So keep it tuned still. We're going to be on the ridge, and everything will be happening so perpendicular here. So the measurement, they are about to finish in terms of getting it on a plan, and after getting this kind of the plan segmented more safely, we're going to be making sure that the work commences with an immediate effect here. So this is what we're going to be doing here with an immediate effect. So guys, keep tuned, because everything going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one from this kind of the section. Guys, what I can also add a bit here is that you can never know the tomorrow of somebody. And to the real fact is, you can imagine from how they were living in a pathetic background, and nobody could know that one day, one time, this kind of a structure will ever come to evolve, or this kind of the structure will come to, or anybody could just dream and talk about, oh, this kind of the people will ever have a house or a permanent home for them to call it a home, which is too much of the people I know right now going to be wondering about, oh, how is it happening? Because everybody right now, they know that, oh, it's Gintu going to be building it. And a bit they think about, oh, Gintu has maybe gotten this kind of a space here. No, the good fact is we're going to be making it happen, and we are just doing it with our own capacity of knowing about, oh, this is what we're going to be doing, and helping the society, the aged people, the vulnerables, and such kind of the children who are in trouble. We're going to be making sure that everything is handled more fantastic here. So I think the materials are going to be placed at the edge of this kind of the road here. It will be very easy for the collection, because already the site is here. Whenever the stones going to be coming, they will be just poured here, and everything will just be placed here. Even the concrete will come and it will be poured here. So it will be so effective for us to make it happen. So keep it tuned, guys. We are still on it, and still we are just looking forward to make sure that the house is extended a bit, so it can just be absolutely very fantastic for them to live, and that is the best way for us to do. So already I see Faida, mtakuanza kazi? Safi. Kwa mbili ziko sawa? Safi. Vijito walileta kama mvua. Walikata kukata. Yeah, guys, we came with this kind of the sticks from home. And because here there's no way we could just come and talk about, oh, where are we going to be cutting some of the trees. This kind of the plot doesn't have even a tree here, so it could be so difficult. So I had to make sure that I'm cutting it from my home, and we're going to absolutely come with them at this kind of the site, so we can just make it the work easier without talking about, oh, where are we going to be getting. Maybe we could just go to town, maybe to look for this kind of the sticks. It will be so hard for it to be balanced at that kind of the area. So yes. Dia nyonge yote. Iko sawa? Oh, sawa. Kuja. Guys, we had to measure, so you cannot get it onto the road. So we wanted to make sure that we are not in the road reserve. We are not building in the road reserve. They had to measure from the road there. So we're going to be making sure that now we have the hardcore. Guys, already we have one truck here for the hardcore. we still need one.
Ateremsha kidogo.
And we're going to be continuing bringing much of the materials to the site still. And we're going to be making sure that we're going to be having another truck going to be arriving, so you can just have more of the materials. I think we're going to be getting the quotation of how many trucks will we be having in terms of getting some hardcore, and also the bricks still, they're still coming in to make sure that we're going to be having much of the materials to the site. As we're going to be today, we're going to be making sure we're going to be orienting the foundation, as everything going to be so fantastic coming from this kind of the site. So keep it tuned, and we're going to be giving you much of the things. So guys, from today, I've just seen I have a little bit of a problem in terms of the Western Union a bit, and for the people who sent me much of the money a bit from the Western Union, they cannot come in because the limit is reached in a way that I have exceeded already the limit. So you can just use MoneyGram or Ria Money or M-Pesa direct to reach me out, because the Western Union a little bit going to be having the shenanigans, which is I cannot receive extra money coming to my pocket again. So you can just use a bit of MoneyGram or Ria Money or Send Money direct, so you can just access it a bit from this kind of the position. So I'm going to be giving out much of the money, so you can just make sure that we're going to be having other trips coming. So keep tuned still, and I'm going to be giving you much more to come, and how the materials are going to be arriving, and how the work going to be continuing today as everything is just to be enclosed, and also having everything coming on. Keep it tuned. Guys, back again, and we have already made sure that already the plan is set onto the field, and we're going to be now commencing digging or excavating this kind of the tunnels right now here to make sure that everything is so fantastic. Already you can see other people from the other side, they have already commenced the work. So this is the entry. We're going to be having here a small of a sitting room here. We're going to be having an entry to a sitting room direct, and this is a sitting room which is here up to where this kind of the woman is, and we're going to be having a loo at this kind of the area here, and we're gonna be getting a door to get to this kind of gonna be like a small corridor getting to the kitchen, getting to the bedroom and the master bedroom there. So that is the simple structure that we have already formulated here. We're gonna be getting for a bit of a breakfast right now. As we're gonna be coming back, I think we'll be in a safer position now to start up excavating this kind of the foundation with an immediate effect, and the work will just continue as far as everything is in concern. I see even we have some of the women here. We always have them to the site to make sure they're going to be oriented also, and which will be the best way for us to go and run with this kind of the project once and for all. And I appreciate much of the time which is going to be coming out here. I think now the work is to them to make sure that the people to dig this kind of the foundation and excavate it more fully, to make sure that everything is going to be handled here very fantastic here. So already some of the materials are on the site, and I can talk about, we're going to be having 3 trucks of hardcore, and also 2 trucks of sand, and some 3,000 bricks to start up this kind of the foundation, or also this kind of the construction, which will be so fantastic at this kind of the point. And I think today we're going to be have excavated and talk about everything will be demarcated here good, and also the foundation will be set good to make sure that everybody will know how they talk about the bricklaying. It will just start. Maybe tomorrow we're going to be starting up this kind of the foundation, which is the foundation from the hardcore, using of the hardcore. If we're going to be having this kind of the time that the people just democratize here with much of the stones here, guys, you can still support us to make sure that we're going to be making it happen at this kind of the time, because we have already launched it, and we are just continuing with this kind of the movement, which is going to be so fantastic at this kind of the point. And I appreciate, because the house is a small structure, and you're going to be having a living room, it's going to be having a kitchen, it's going to be having 2 bedrooms here, and a small loo and a kitchen also. And I think we're going to be now getting some of the people to dig outside here some of we can just call it a septic tank, so you can just be using it as a outside toilet, and also the inside latrine that you're going to be using at this kind of the area here. So because of the moment and the time that you're going to be having here, we're going to be having a short time as possible, so as this kind of the house will be strategically put out more good. So the more you support, the more we'll go so fast, and we're going to be having so many of the masons here to make sure that the house runs like Safari Rally, and supporting me, and we're going to be making it happen. I've talked about already in terms of the Western Union, a bit are going to be having the problem to receive money from the Western Union, you can just use a MoneyGram or Ria Money, or I can just give out the details of another person, my sister Kate, and you can just make sure that we can just use her account to make sure we're going to be getting some of the money to put it onto the house. Or you can send her direct, and also you can use Mayani, you can use anyone you feel you can just use, you are comfortable about, and they will just deliver the package to me. And that is the best way for us to do it, because here we don't talk about Gintris personally and to this kind of the project. No, we have so many people who are interested to contribute and make sure that this kind of the Jigger family is set in a record that we're going to be staying in a well-being environment, which is a permanent solution we are just looking forward here. As the people are just coming here, it's not like they're going to be looking for the work. They're also helping this kind of the family to get a home, to get a place to call home. That's why we are just here to make sure that everything will be running so fantastic here. So guys, keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you, and everything is just taking the shape here. So already the foundation is set, and we're going to be making sure that we have now commenced the work, and the work commences with an immediate effect. Here we're going to be running like safari rally, because they are still in the hospital. We don't want to incur much of the bills in the hospital, because we have to make sure that everything is getting good. As you're going to be supporting us, the more it will run so quickly, and make sure that we're going to be not having much of the temptations coming across. As you're going to be making it happen, let's level it up, and talking about kudos to each and every kind of the person tuned in, locked in. So one talk about some of them are digging, and some of them will be getting the soil out using the spades here. So they have been demarcated well to make sure they cannot just lose the focus in there, and they know, and I have brought much of the people who knows this kind of the work to do more effectively. So you can just, even whenever they are finished, they will just stream this kind of the channels to make sure that tomorrow we're going to be starting or launching. I don't know if the engineer will not be there in Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be getting on. Maybe I'll be collecting much of the materials. We start it on Sunday, or the way we'll just need us to do it, and it will be so effective at that kind of the point. Keep it tuned. I think right now people are just talking about, oh, how is it going to be? Guys, sometimes we talk about things, you can never know what is tomorrow. That's why I always talk about today is today, but tomorrow is another day. Nobody knew that, oh, Mr. Magabo talk about he will ever come to have maybe a house, and it was just left vacant outside there. And today it's a history making also to this kind of the village here, because everybody's talking about, no, I cannot get him to my home, I cannot get him to rent. And right now you're going to be having a home, a place to call a permanent home, and that's the solution we're going to be making at this kind of the point and making it happen. So he's sitting and he's just getting to know what's really trending here, and he's just wondering. Sasa kuko sawa? Umeiona sasa hiyo structure vile iko, so iko sawa? Asante. Asante sana. Ukani Kiingereza au kufikanga ulisomanga mpaka wapi? Class 5. Oh, ulifika class 5. Ukaona maisha yasonge mbele. So he reached in standard 5, which is grade 5. Sasa hata Kiingereza hukusema good morning.
Good morning nilisoma.
Oh, good morning ulisoma.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
So hivi unajua. Na kusema thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sasa tuongeleshe Kiingereza hapa, tuambie sasa thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
People supporting us.
People supporting us.
Exactly, we're going to be having a permanent home.
A permanent home.
Keep it tuned.
Keep it tuned.
Fantastic. We're going to be orienting him. We're going to be understanding 2-3 things. And tomorrow you'll be the one starting the video, talking about welcome back to the channel. And we're going to be getting it done. So guys, keep it tuned. We're going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one from the site. And we're going to be making it happen from this kind of the position, as you're going to be tuned in and locked in. Guys, the work continues as normal. And I think about everything is so fantastic coming from this kind of the site here. And the best way for us to do it is to make sure that we are combining our own efforts, so we can just make it happen here with an immediate effect, as everything is just running good and smooth here, which is the best way for us to make it happen. Hey, we have one of our women here, and she is pregnant. Hey, nikusaidie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? I help you. Nikusaidie. Oh, I help you. Oh, haya basi nimulike. Utaniona. Sasa leo wewe ndio mtu wa kazi. Kuja basi mbele mahali nimeangalia. Aliwaambia urefu kiasi gani?
Mesimika.
Msingi mnaijua.
Irimere.
Uko sawa? Mtafuta mara. Haijazimika inaendelea. Yeah, guys, the work continues as normal. The good thing is uisha kwa kivuli. Mambo uko poa? Ando ukae kwa kivuli huko. Yeah, ni msichana mvulana. Oh, anaitwa nani? Chantel. And ukae huko kwa kivuli. We are talking about Chantel should go and sit at the talk about the shade there a bit. And also even we have Mr. Magabo himself. You are making it happen, eh? Exactly. At least he's just looking and he can just do the work. And as a man, you have to make sure that everything comes out more effectively. And he's feeling good, so that's why he can even join them and talk about. He should not sit at the hospital that, oh, you know, I'm now in a critical situation right now. You're gonna be good enough to make it happen, but not much better in a way that you can talk about. He should be in this kind of the position. He should go for much of the medication also whenever it reaches the time. And he's here to see on how the project is going to be coming and how the project is going to be running at this kind of the point. So this is the best way for us to make it and tuendelee na kazi. Hivyo. Exactly. So we have them here already, guys. You can even see how it's just already coming out. Everybody has got his own section. The other guy is just going to the stretch mark, and this guy is stretching to this kind of the point. The other one is stretching to the other point, and them they're just stretching there. So we have 6 people at the site, and everybody gonna be paid here 600 shillings per each, including Magabo also. He will be paid to make sure that he can get even, sometimes you can never know, personal issues. He can have some personal issues, or he can start keeping some money. So as whenever we're going to be coming here, I should be having a little bit of money that will just be giving him much of the good thing for him to drive the family also. Because he's the head of the family, and last time I got him taking some food from town as he went for small business to do some small jobs and get 50, 30, 40, and I could just get this kind of the work and be done. So as you're going to be looking for a little bit of money, you're going to be working also to get some money, as when the house is going to be good, it will be part of the program to make it happen. I see Faida is talking about high, and the bricks are been rained outside. You were here talking about high, no problem. So that's the work, guys, as it's going to be continuing, and people are just passing and talking about, oh my God, who is this person constructing here? It's one of the best way for us to make it happen. This is the second trip of the bricks. You can see these are 1,000 bricks here, and still going to be having 1,000 onto the tractor here. And per trip, I think it's 2 shillings per brick, I think so. And going to be having 1,000 also here still, and I think going to be getting another 1,000 to make it 3,000. And we see from the approximation of talking about the probability going to be running here, as we're going to be entitling and knowing what going to be coming out more effectively here. So we're going to be standing up here. Let me hear if I can get some of the hardcore here with an immediate effect. Wait, Chacha! Saint Chacha. Mambo vipi? Unaona manyele. Mambo vipi? Unaweza pata mawe? Hapa tuko hii site hapa. 2. Sahi. Utaende huko kuja nayo. Sawa, ni mwaje na ngapi? Fanya 8,000. Fanya 8,000 bro. Bado nakupatia mchanga, unilete na mchanga. Mchanga hakuna. Sawa, nilete mawe 2. So we're gonna be sorting it out once and for all and make it happen here. I think about by 3 to 4 days I should be in the roofing site. I think about that one, and that's what I'm gonna be driving here. We're gonna be getting some of the hardcore because we need 3 trucks of the hardcore, and we have to hijack them. It's not a must that you have to look for them wherever. You can just hijack and make it happen here, and we can just make sure that everything is running more smooth. So guys, support Gintu so you can just make it happen. Everything is coming now and again. I'm gonna be looking for another truck to bring me some sand, and also I could just make sure that I've just paid also for 1,000 bricks still that I'm gonna be purchasing. And I mean that now we're gonna be at a position of talking about I need much of the help still to make sure that even I can pay be the top mason tomorrow. If tomorrow but one, they're going to be launching the site, talking about they're going to be starting the foundation. Also, you understand, we don't have much water here. I have to make sure they're going to be employing much of the people from the society to make sure they're going to be bringing much of the water here so they can just make it happen. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be updating you what comes each and every kind of the time. Guys, back to Jacom. Chionade papa. Wachane. Kila kitu kwa bali pake. Thank you. Guys, back again to the hospital here, and I have to make sure that I'm checking about how everything is just moving at this kind of the sections here, and know if everything is just happening good. Hi, how are you? Cool. So guys, as normal, to the male kitchen ward. So these are the wards that are gonna be arriving here to check on how everything is just getting good. I think even the room has been washed with an immediate effect right now here. Hello. Tuko ndani. Oh, leo unaekewa mpaka drip. Mambo vipi? Kila kitu iko mambo. Inda, how are you? Uko poa?
Jambo.
Oh, unapatiwa ni kazi inasonga mbele. Oh, wamekuambia kuna shida fulani?
Mimi nimeambia nimechoka.
Oh, umechoka. Oh, she's talking about she told them that she's not having energy. So she's feeling tired. And also, hey, the boy is here. Hi, mambo. Uko fiti? Kila kitu iko chonjo. Sasa unaendelea poa? Oh. Hey, mambo vipi bro?
Mambo poa.
Everything is good?
Everything is good.
Oh, you are candy.
Yeah.
Candy.
Come to this.
Visiting some of the patients here.
The patient here.
Yeah, I have to make sure that everything is so
That's
fantastic.
the-
Utawatunzia, eh?
That's the very
Watch
good
this,
work you are doing here.
Thank you very much, bro.
God bless you.
God bless you. Fantastic. Mambo, uko sawa? Exactly.
Nilikwambia daktari, jana aliniosha na maji baridi, nimepona miguu.
Oh, umepona miguu. Oh, maji moto inakuanga mbaya.
Kumbe tungekufa. Baada ya mechange maji, tumelala vizuri. Sasa nimeamka humu, siwezi hata kunywa chai, nimejilazimisha ndo kaniwekea.
Drip. Oh yeah, she's talking about a bit.
Like
She was having a bit of a problem in terms of kidogo tu. Yesterday they were washed with they were being washed with warm water, and she's talking about it was not getting them good, it was not driving them good, and they changed now into cold water, and she's talking about now they slept very good. And to this kind of an artifact of today, I can just say that they are recovering and everything is just running good. And she's talking about a bit she's tired, but she's gonna be good at this kind of the time. I think I always bring them some milk, some breads here whenever they feel like they can just consume even some fruits. Village nurse brought them some fruits, talk about oranges and some bananas, and which is the best way for us to run this kind of the program and make it happen. I appreciate the moment that we ever keep them in touch. Already nimechukua magapo, tuko naye kwa site, tumeanza kuchimba msingi. Tuko naye huko, so I'm telling her that I have the husband, we have him at the site there, because we should have a man at the site to make sure that he's not too much sick that you can say that he has to be admitted. The only that the mother gonna be holding the children here, it is more fantastic at this kind of the time, which gonna be bringing us into a new platform that we're gonna be having here. So already even right now they're even looking so calm and fresh a bit, and at least even the shoes gonna talk about the legs gonna be recovering, and they're now drying up at this kind of the point here. So already even the boy can just wear and it's drying. Unasikia uchungu sai? Iko sawa? So he's talking about even he doesn't feel that kind of the pain of the first day, and he can now walk and he can feel fantastic. I think now gonna be after building that kind of the house, guys, as you support us to build that kind of the house, I think I'm gonna be taking the boy to school to make sure they're gonna be starting even if it's kindergarten, so they cannot have like the father reached in standard 5, the mother is not learned. Talk about the children should not be learned also. So I think the children should be enlightened up a bit to have knowledge. I talk about the kindergarten. I'm gonna be getting him or introducing him to kindergarten, where he can just be walking freely, can reach and come back home very easily, which will be so fantastic. This young girl here is persistent with much of the things, and I think they're now in a healthy condition from this kind of the hospital. There's somebody who promised that we're going to be giving out some of the money to the nurse who was here, who was protecting them and giving them much of the attention, and also it was preparing them much of the things as a little bit of stuff, but a little bit my Western Union the limit has reached, but I understand that sometimes it was blocked. I could not receive money from the Western Union. So if we have ever thought about we're going to be sending the Western Union, we're going to be talking about you can just change it a bit into any person you can see it's more correct. If you cannot use a MoneyGram or Ria Money or SendWave or Money Direct to M-Pesa or the bank, you can even ask for the bank direct. You can deposit to my bank. It doesn't have any kind of the problem. And you can just use Mogesi, Ernesto, Mayani, Kate Sigano. You can use them and they can just deliver the package to Gintu if that will be the easiest method for us to get it on. So it's not like I have to send it back to Gintu only because one a transfer is not doing to me, and you prefer using Western Union, you can use them and they can just be giving you much of the reservoirs to make it happen. So you can just protect this kind of the young children, give them talk about a permanent solution, giving them a hope and giving them a permanent way for them to move and make it happen. And I like because they are now recovering and we are just moving. Even the house is a bit clean, and talk about even the beds here, they are spread, they are washed, and everything is just running more meticulous as everything is coming out. I think talk about the young girl, she's always breastfeeding. I think about she has been told that we can just give her outside food like the other food of the solid foods, and they can just be eating. I think it will be the best as they're just recovering. I think they're going to be sitting here for a while of around some few days, which is like 10 days, as they're going to be here as I'm preparing the way there. More carifragistically very nice. And as long as we support Gintu, we can just make them have a hope. And today I'm going to be bringing one of they are called babas, and I have some of the socket here. I think they'll be shaved from this kind of the room today, and it will be more effective after this kind of the drip is gonna be in a finished zone here, and I think we can just find it happening. Sema kitu. Sema kitu. Sema shikamo. Ayangalie kwa ayangalie. Sema shikamo.
Shikamo.
Sema how are you? How are you? I'm fine. Huyu bado anafaa kutolewa zingine, si ndio?
Mikono.
Kwa mikono, si ndio?
Afunge mlete basi nani?
Nini?
Viatu vya kamba.
Viatu za kamba. So ndio ulisema iti au survive viatu zimefunikwa.
Unaona huku nyuma pamefungwa, hapa mbele pako wazi.
Sasa unataka tufanye aje?
Unataka katoto.
Viatu
mbele
zimefungwa.
Ziko open.
Ziko open.
Alafu hapa panafungwa.
Yenye kuna huko hapa.
Kama
like this one. No, hapa itakuwa hivi hooked. Na hii it is open.
Open in terms of the fingers. Ni sawa. Ni sawa. Okay, I got it. So I'm going to be doing that one. And haya basi, wacha sisi tuendelee na kazi. Ukisikia kuna kitu unataka utaniambia. Yeah, I'm telling her whenever she feel that something can just give me, I can just tell me so I can just sort it out as everything is just happening so good here. So we are preparing it happen. So vipi mura? Kazi nzuri mura. Tuendelee na kazi. You are the one making some cleanness, Exactly. Make it happen. Maybe tomorrow but one, you will be the one who will be making sure that we can just see how the things are following,
Yes.
Exactly. So you have sanitizer?
Yes.
Sanitizer. Where?
Pharmacy.
Or we can just go there a bit. Exactly. So I'm gonna be getting some sanitizers here. Much of the people are asking it, we should have a sanitizer a bit. Each and every kind of the time, whenever we're gonna be having the we get closer to them. And if you don't get a bit closer, it will be like okay, are we maybe distancing them a bit, but that's not the portfolio. Let me wait for her to come and make sure that everything gonna be happening here more meticulous and everything is so fantastic. Hey Jambo. So keep it tuned, guys. I'm gonna be back to you in a short while. Guys, now you can even see how everything is just running here. We're gonna be having another it was about to hit there. Hapo italala. Ameko sawa? Mwambie kuna tofali the other side, kuna tofali side ile nyingine. Sawa? Hapo ni sawa? Hapo sawa? Usikuje shambani. Yeah, that's a good. So we have the second trip of hardcore here. We're gonna be dropping them here, more meticulous. Ngoja wajafungua. Oniko hapo hole. Artu wikara ho. Yeah. Songa. Oh my God. We have the second trip is here, which is more meticulous, and we are remaining with one still. Rudi nyuma kidogo. Sawa. Iko sawa? Ati tofali na mochi di haraka. Iko sawa. Kuna ingine huko bado? Oh, iko. Exactly. So we are remaining with one still to go. Sawa.
Taiguza.
Abdu wende.
Haya, nyanyua basi.
Gani hii hapa? Oh, si upige na mawe itarudi juu. Atupige na mawe. Yeah, this is how everything is just running here. So we are remaining with one. I think you'll just stand there and then pour to these other ones here, and so we can just have it. So guys, as the work continues, I'm gonna be paying it out and making sure that everything that comes here, I have to clear everything, so you cannot have much of the debt. So as in the evening, I'll just know how much are we losing, how much are we having, and the expenditure, how it is, and everything will just be compensated the way it's gonna be coming. So keep it tuned. Let me pay it out, and everything gonna be coming out. So still we have more to go, one more to go, and one sand also, and I think my brother will bring one sand, and that's how everything gonna be running at this kind of the point here. Mbona tumshike hivi tutabruka. Shike. Tunakuja ingine. Kama malizie ya nani? Atulete ingine tunamalizana basi. Unaona ni kimbro bro. Chapa mboga kwanza. Enda urudi. Enda urudi. Niko hapa. So that's a 8,500 per trip. My brother brought for me also, it was 8,500, and which I'm just paying per each kind of the truck, per each truck 8,500, and you can see there are now two, and the bricks also have already paid for the second bricks, which is 3,000 bricks already. I think it's only that I'm gonna be paying the transport for the guy who is bringing them here, and that's what is remaining muchly, and also paying this kind of the people here, because already it's now occurring to be so nice here, and so carifragistically very nice. I like it because Magabo is still working here, and the work goes very smoothly, and he's making it happen, and that is it. We have our mom here. She's making also things to run Mometika. So here I think we have reached the brim point. Usiende sana chini. Usiende sana chini. Tusikuwe tena na mawe mingi yenye itakubali tena itahitajika hapa. Yeah, so that's the best way for us to go. The work continues a bit. Here they have either they are bit to finish here, so they can just come to the other sides here, and that's the way we're gonna be making it happen. So keep it tuned. Still we are on it. I'm waiting for them to come for the second trip or the third trip of the hardcore, and after finishing that, we're gonna be now synthesizing to understand if we're gonna be having another sand and some ballast. So guys, you can just contribute for the ballast. It's 14,000 Kenya shillings, which is approximately approximately 130 US dollars per each truck because the hardcore is so expensive. No, that the balance are so expensive in terms of that. And the cement, there's somebody who sent me money for the cement, but unconditionally it went to Western Union, and the transaction, it was not occurring. So I think if they can just revert, I think I can just get the money. And the cement was a bit catered for, which I can just talk about. 20 cement were catered for yesterday, but the money I've just already given them that I've told them the notice that it has not gone through, so they can just change the recipient and they can just give me back that money. So that's how things are going to be running, and I appreciate much of the people also being tuned and locked in and talking about the site has to continue, because much of the people right now are going to be coming and talking about, oh, whose site is this one? And the work continues as normal, and you can just make it happen. So we're going to be having a permanent solution, and the solution we're going to be having at this kind of the point, we are still on it. I think by tomorrow we're going to be talk about getting some of the foundation, talk about the use of the hardcores here. And if the engineer, I think he's a Sabbath there, I don't know if you're going to be working tomorrow, but on Sunday, no, probably we shall have it running and making it happen. So keep it tuned. Back to you in a short while. Guys, it's in the evening still. We are going to be getting to the evening time here. And it's approximately 15 hours. We are still at the site, and we are continuing with this kind of the vibe of making it happen. And what I can just say is we are really trying our best to comply with the time and also compete with the time. As you understand, in terms of this, it's a full day work whenever it comes to drilling and getting this kind of the foundation. As you can see, it's a very big trenches here, and I think this is the courtesy of my engineer. He likes this kind of the bigger trenches here that will just make sure that this kind of the foundation sits very comfortable to the zone, and that's why you see it's now this way. So from this kind of the topper side here, I think you can see it very keenly and very correctly from here, as I'm going to be in the top side here. And this is the sitting room, as I was saying, and we're going to be having an entrance from here. This is where we're going to be getting in, and this is the sitting room there, and this is a toilet here, and that is the bedroom, and that's the kitchen, that's the bedroom. So this is the master bedroom, a bit bigger, and it comes to even the topper side here. That's the kitchen. We'll have an outer door there, and that's a bedroom for the children. It is so this is how it is, and I think it's something which is very unique here, which is going to be bringing us to this kind of the vibe. I'm hearing much of the noise coming from there already. This kind of the bricks are 3,000, and you can see how many they are. They're so huge in terms of here, as you can see them here. There are 3,000 bricks here. Asante sana. Asante sana, asante sana. Kazi mzuri. Asante sana bwana. Mambo iko chonja. So this is the best here, and I say that respect to this kind of the people who are making it happen. Asante sana. Exactly. Jomba. That Jomba. So I'm going to be giving out the money. Hey, where are they going here? It's a funeral. Is this a funeral? It's a funeral. Yeah. Inaenda wapi?
Naenda huko nani?
Tongiria. Oh. Yeah, it's just a funeral here. A bit, we understand every time much of the people always we say that demises to this kind of the person, and rest in peace. I don't know them, but I see so many people here. Children are crying like something else here. That's the world, and the world consumes as it gives also. So that's how we're going to be talking about. Also, guys, the work is now continuing. Talk about, we have 3,000 bricks here. We have talk about 2 trips here already for the hardcore, and also we have this kind of the sand soil here. We're going to be receiving 1 trip of talk about 1 truck of the hardcore steel. We're going to be coming right today, as I have parked there my bike, and I'm waiting for it, and I'm just here since we started up to this kind of the time. A bit dizzy, but I have to make sure that I'm here to see, supervise, and understand how is everything getting on, and I have to pay much of the bills. You understand, this still the site has been oriented. I have to make sure that the bills going to be coming out more effectively here. So touch me there. So I'm going to be paying your money here. I think it's in this pocket. I've already put every person's money aside. Yeah, this for these people. So every money is put aside. So how much do you get me? 6,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it correct? So your money is there. So this is for the transportation of the bricks to the site, and it's 2 shillings per each brick. So there are 3,000. So you can multiply times 2, you can get 6,000. Asante sana. Asante sana. Haya, nitakupatia kazi nyingine ikipatikana. Exactly. So guys, what I gonna be talking about, if we're gonna be starting this kind of the construction, I've not yet purchased the cement, and also I've not yet brought much of the ballast. I think I've not yet got it here. I think we have still a space that we're gonna be getting the ballast here, and it will be more effective at that kind of the time, so as you can just make it happen. So at this kind of the point, I'm gonna be talking about, if we're gonna be supporting us, support us to make it happen, and you can get some ballast. Still, we're gonna be getting all the materials to the site, like the ballast and also another trip of sand, and I've not yet still have that kind of the money to pay. What I can say is I have only 8,000 which is remaining, 8,500. I have given those kind of the guy for the truck 9,000 because it is 85, and I've given 9,000, so he has a change of 500. This is 8,000 I'm gonna be giving him for the second trip of the hardcore, and they're gonna be coming and just landing it here. So already this kind of the site is moving, and I appreciate this kind of the moment we are just doing and getting up, and support me so as I can just make sure that we're gonna be even paying for the labor for the people gonna be starting it, because we're gonna be starting it maybe tomorrow, but one after tomorrow I'm gonna be getting much of the materials, all the materials to the site. Like also we have the I don't know how they call, there's so many things, including we have nails to be here, talk about some timbers to be here. I understand I have some timbers at home, I know I can just help then return them home, and some of the stuffs are gonna be even some spades I've bought, and also some wheelbarrows. I don't know if I can just use them from my home, again transportation, I don't know, but I'll see if it can just make it happen, but I'll just do it more effectively here. So they are just finishing it up here, and I appreciate because the time is running, and we're gonna be even giving our mom here a bit time to make sure that everything is so fantastic. So hii sasa inamalizika, si ndio? Or inamalizika? Exactly. So guys, they're trimming now. It's called trimming, so they can just have a shape like the way this one is. So you're gonna be having a shape to make sure that everything is happening so perpendicular. So keep it tuned. I'm waiting for our boy of the Jigger. Talk about is called Magebo. He has just gone for showering. You know, he's a village boy, so he has gone for showering a bit, and they're gonna be coming, so you can just have a final remarks from here as you're gonna be getting everything in touch and closing this kind of the chapter of today and talking about God bless and let it be the way it is. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching this kind of the video from, and I appreciate your vibe and whenever you're gonna be supporting. I've talked about Western Union. It's no longer doing the work to me, and you can just use any kind of the person you feel it's better. You can just send her or him, and you can just deliver the package to Gintu. And if you want to be sending it direct to Gintu, you can use MoneyGram, Ria Money, or M-Pesa Direct, or you can just talk about Sendwave. It's doing much of the fantastic job, so you can just make sure that this kind of the house is moving more meticulous, and we can just have it in maybe a single of 10 to 20 days. We shall be in a position of getting this kind of the people and living here for a permanent life. Keep it tuned. Back to you in a short while. Guys, at least they have landed. I was so tired. There was a feeling about, oh my God, what's gonna be coming out here? So I was talking about, now they have brought small, there are so many. Small, there are so many. Sungeiweka hata kwa hii hapa katikati. So this is the third trip, as you can see here, and we are moving very quickly. Angekuja ashuke kidogo, ungeshuka kidogo chini, because hayataenda huko kwa barabara. Ambarera. Very nice now. So we are now good to go, and now gonna be cashing them on and their own money. And now I'm done with I talk about the hardcore. If we're gonna be adding more or they need more, we shall now see after the foundation has been started, and that will be the best way for us to do it. So already the things at the site, and I appreciate we are now moving. You can even see how the site is now looking so characteristically very nice, eh? And everything is so fantastic. I want to be cashing it out so you can just make sure that everything is just moving more fantastic here. I don't know which kind of the money here, a bit.
Siongee tusikie na wewe kisungu chako.
Thank you. Asante sana. Ako biro mjamaa alikuwa ananiambia tusijui. Oh, ako hapo ndani.
Hata numia, hata boito numia. Yemra.
Yeah.
Hata boito mia na basi.
Yeah, sawa. So guys, the work is now complete, and they are now vanishing. I think that's the best way for us to do, and making it happen. My brother here called Magapo has gone for shower. He has not yet come back, but I want to release my group here to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and their money was here already, which is 5 by 6, ne? 5 by 6? 3,000. Thank you. Yes, sure, you have the money. 3,000? Yeah. Exactly. So that's finished. Guys, I'm now completely finished. So we can just start one again. And I think we're going to be needing some of the ballast. And also, we need some cement. And I will appreciate about it, because tomorrow I think we're going to be collecting all the materials and gathering everything, so we can just start up a new project. I think on this kind of the weekend, which is on Sunday probably. And I think about also we need much of the water here to the site here. I'll be recruiting the women who are going to be here. Somebody can talk about we're going to be standing for water. We can just pay for water, and we have to use a lot of water in the foundation, and also making sure that even the construction of the house need a lot of water in terms of person will be in touch, will be the one who will be pouring water whenever we have constructed. Also, we can talk about we have labor. We have this kind of the people, top masons and top handman. They need also money in terms of the construction. And also we need one sand to arrive here, as we will be in a position to talk about we are very better to make sure that the construction is at a safer place. And I really talk about kudos to everyone as we're going to be making it happen. This is what we're going to be doing, helping the community and giving people the permanent life whereby everybody should just talk about I have a home to call it my place, and that will be so effective for us to make it happen. So the site going to be closed at this kind of the time, and I appreciate for everyone who has been tuned and locked in to say about everything is so good. We ever do it, and we ever do this kind of the things to support each other and make it happen. As far as we're going to be having some of the women who are going to be coming to get some water to the site, I think they're going to be having 2 to 3 children, and if we help 5 of the women to bring water, and they have 3 children, we have helped how many people? 15 at the background and 20 people and to the background, and it will be so fantastic for us to move in such kind of a way. Keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while.